You already know. You already know by just the smile on my face what is coming in today's episode. You know already. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Bandana Football TV, the place where expert opinions mean nothing and fan opinions, they mean everything on here. Right, before we get into the topics of today's video, which I'm sure you already know one for at least just by the smile on my face. Let's go through the comments of the last episode. No comments. Fantastic, quick and easy. I'm not expecting comments, guys. This channel's just starting out and I have a 1 subscriber. Not many people are watching right now. Hopefully when I've got better camera, better sound, editing going on and thumbnails, then I can sort of like possibly get in the subscribers, but I'm not expecting them just yet. But let's get into the topics of today's episode, and I can't wait any longer. I have put off talking about this subject for as long as I could. I was waiting for this moment to finally talk about them, and now I can finally talk about them. Liverpool FC, Premier League champions. Yes! Get in there. 30 years of hurt and just disappointment season after season have finally come to an end, and is just an amazing thing to see. God, over the past, when we won the league, when it was mathematically confirmed the other night, I had so much alcohol, guys. It was unbelievable. I probably had as much as Jurgen Klopp did. Honestly, during an interview, Andy Robertson said he was going to try and keep feeding him Jurgen Klopp beers in hopes to get the next 2 days off. I'm not sure if it worked, but good on you guys. Let's hope he did. Oh, that would have been funny to see if he did. But no, let's get into some actual analysis of this. Liverpool over the past 2-3 seasons have just been an absolute weapon. They have been in that area just challenging for that title. Last season, Christ, 97 points and not a title. And at that point, I thought, this is never going to happen. I'm going to be 80 years old and it's never going to happen. You know? And for it to finally happen, to come back this season, no heads dropped, just went in straight on and just did their business. It was amazing to watch throughout this season. Now, talk about the game against Palace. It was, you gotta admit, it was a masterclass in how to play football. Everton was a disappointment. First game back. If we had had that game a couple of games in to the restart, that one probably would have been just epic. That one probably would have gone 4 or something. I don't know. But yeah, that one was a disappointment to watch. I have nothing else interesting to say about that game, if I'm going to be honest. I have nothing particularly interesting to say about that Merseyside derby, so pass over that and go straight on to Palace. The one person who I want to talk about in that game has performed throughout this season, to me, to the highest level, and has been as important as Mane, Firmino, Salah, Van Dijk at the back. He has been as important as those guys, and that is Fabinho. That guy's work rate in every single game that I've seen is just outstanding, both defensively and offensively. You saw it in both the Everton game and the Palace game. Every time the opposition tried to get onto the counter-attack, He was just there to carry the ball and get Liverpool straight back up the other end, you know. Obviously, he provided the assist for Salah for the goal just before half-time. And then, in the second half, hit an absolute comet. That thing... You could put 5 goalkeepers in the net and that still goes in. This is probably as unbiased as I am ever going to get on this channel, guys. Allow me this moment to actually boast about this. But no, in my opinion, Fabinho is probably the best CDM in the league at this precise moment in time. I can't think of a defensive midfielder who does what he does on a consistent basis. Kante in previous seasons, yes, but in the past 2 seasons he hasn't been doing as well as he has done before. I still rate Kante as a good player, but I think Fabinho has just overtaken him and gone beyond him, if I'm going to be honest. He's got it all. He's got, if I compare him to past Liverpool players, he's got the shooting of Gerrard, the passing of Alonso, and the defensive capabilities of Sami Hyypiä. That is a good all-round CDM for me, and he's been a brilliant team member for the squad. I think without him, if we had anybody else in that position, we probably still wouldn't have won this year, you know. So in my opinion, he is as important as the front three, as Van Dijk, as Alisson, as Double A and Robertson. You know, he is the rock. He is the spine that holds Liverpool together, and it has been amazing to watch them this season. Yeah, we didn't get the Invincibles. Yeah, we don't have any other trophy to play for, but still, you can't deny Liverpool are deserved champions this season. And the big question is, in my head, can they do it again next season? Can they go on and win more trophies next season? That's the final opinion for this one. For this topic, I want from you guys. Can Liverpool go on and win more trophies next season and beyond? Actually, no. Let's change that. Because that's an absolutely rubbish one, actually. Because they're obviously going to do it. Let's change it to, are Liverpool becoming the juggernaut of English football? Are they just about to start a dominance of English football? Fan opinions down below in the comment section. Thank you very much. Right, that's the unbiased opinions over for me. I'll get back to my I'll get back to it. Sorry guys, I needed to get that out of me. I am a Liverpool fan. I'm a die-hard Liverpool fan, and you need to excuse me on this one. It probably won't happen again for another season if Liverpool win the league again. Yee. Right, so on to our second topic for this episode, and I want to talk about another Premier League team in Bournemouth. Now, any FIFA player knows about a type of gameplay called the Road to Glory, which is when you take a lower league team and build them up to Champions League glory. And with taking out the Champions League glory, Bournemouth, I think, are the real life Road to Glory story. Went into administration back in 2008, serious financial trouble, multiple failed takeovers, relegation to League Two, looked on the brink of dropping out of the Football League altogether. And it took a last day win to keep them in League Two. And then it started. The rise of Bournemouth started. League Two into League One. A few seasons there. League One into the Championship. And then obviously into the Premier League in the 14-15 season. Just 5 years since they got relegated to... 6 years since they got relegated into League Two. That's just amazing. That's just an amazing story. They got promoted as champions into the Premier League. My prediction for that first season in the Premier League was relegation. I did not expect them to stay up at all, but then over the past few seasons they have proved me wrong every single time I thought they were going to get relegated. And the one season where I did not think they were going to get relegated, they're in serious relegation trouble. And it's a real shame to see. Everybody loves a good story like this. Any football fan in the world will tell you that this type of story is the one that really gets your heart going, you know? And it's just a real shame to see it almost come to an end, you know, on the threat of coming to an end. They have 27 points from 31 games this season. They are 18th in the league. Watford are 1 point ahead of them. West Ham are just above them in the 17th position on goal difference, 2 goal difference between them. And then Bournemouth are just ahead of Villa, again on goal difference by 2 goals. It is tight down there, and I have seen Bournemouth's schedule, and it looks horrible as hell. If I'm going to be honest, they have Man City to play, they have Chelsea to play, they have Spurs, they have Liverpool to play, Manchester United. They lost against Wolves the other day, and it is a really difficult run for them. And when I saw their fixtures, I was just thinking, I do not see many games at the moment where Bournemouth can actually pick up points here and save themselves. It's a difficult situation for them guys, because throughout the season they have been injury ridden. At one point they had I believe it was 15 players out with injury, 9 of those being first team players. And it was like that for like 2 or 3 months. So no momentum was got for them, and it would be a real shame to see Bournemouth's Premier League dream come to an end like this. I'm rooting for them down there. No offense to the other teams, but you gotta really support an underdog story, and Bournemouth are that story. So yeah, good luck to you guys. I really hope you can do it. I'm rooting for you. So yeah, but this is the fan opinion I want from you guys on this topic. Is the Premier League dream story coming to an end for Bournemouth? Give me your opinions on that below, please. Yes or no? Is Bournemouth's story coming to an end in the Premier League? Give me your fan opinions. Thank you very much. But in this unbiased episode, guys, it is time to come to an end. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more, leave a like, and of course subscribe down below. Remember to hit that bell button so you don't miss an episode. Thanks very much, guys. Now, before I clock off, I just want to say one thing. This video here is dedicated to my granddad Chris. I call him Skippy. He was a lifelong Liverpool fan. Unfortunately, he did pass away back in April. He never got to see his beloved team lift the Premier League trophy, which is just heartbreaking right now. It's the only downsides to this story for Liverpool and for me. So this one's for you, Grandad. And until we meet again, you'll never walk alone. Thank you very much, guys. Peace out.